The market gives a three-peat on Sundays that have gapped down and been bought heavily. Will it be different this time, or will the bulls take us back to the highs? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in last week's video, we talked about the fact that the bulls were set up to push to at least the 6120 area, and then we'd see what happened from there. They pushed exactly to that 6120 area, and then the bears melted down the market back through the pivot. So now the question is, can the bulls still go higher? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. Highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, as always, before we jump into the charts, we are going to take a look at our indicators results for both Friday and Monday. Very good days on both of them. Let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 5-minute SPY chart, and this is what we use for our day trading with our indicator. We use the swing trade on the weekly chart. And if you're new here, we built a custom indicator called Invest with Jacob Pivot Point Pro. It is a day and swing trade indicator, and it's absolutely killing the market. It's only used in TradingView, so you do need a TradingView account. And inside of that account, you need to get the add-on for real-time NQ and ES data. As the way the indicator works, it does need live futures data to be accurate. So what you're looking at on the screen is my TradingView 5-minute chart for the SPY. On the left in yellow is pre-market, on the right in blue is post-market. We only trade the white, which is regular trading hours. And right off the rip here, they poked right up, and then we got this sell signal. And full disclosure, this moved so fast, I could not get in. Our team did not get in. So unfortunately, this was an amazing trade. Unfortunately, we missed this move down because it was so fast. And once you get, it gapped down a point and a half on the SPY in a split second. And once you miss that much of the move, you're just chasing. Now, they did follow through, so it worked out. But we don't do results-based trading. We trade with very specific rules, and those rules have to be met, and that's why we're very successful. So really easy sell entry. It was just too fast. Perfectly on point, though. And then you got 4 buy entries down here, and 2 of these 3 were winners. They were very small winners. We take 20% as our first profit target, and we never let our trade go bad from there. So we did get 2 out of those 3 winners, and then this buy here was a very nice 2-point rip back up in the other direction. So market was the indicator was spot on with the market. This, guys, is helping traders make money in these crazy markets. It's super simple. It gives you a buy and a sell. It's killing. Let's go check out today's action because it was good as well as we move across the chart here into Monday. Now, the first part of the day, the NASDAQ was moving up while the ES was moving down. And when the markets are out of sync, a lot of times you're going to get chop, and that's not great for trading. So for the first part of the day, we didn't have any trades because it took a while for the ES and the NASDAQ to get into sync. Once they did, we got a sell signal right near the top of this move, which was perfect. They sold at 604.90, ran it all the way down to the low at 603.21, so a really nice $1.70 move straight down. Then you got a buy signal right here, and they ripped it straight back up in the other direction for another 2 points in the upward direction. A perfect buy, a perfect sell, both winners on the day. And here's the thing, guys. I don't trade after 10 o'clock Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time, because the second half of the trading day generally is pretty choppy like this. So we're done by 10 a.m. So these were the only 2 trades we had today. This sell that moved straight down perfectly. This buy back up perfectly. Another great 2 days for the indicator if you count Friday and Monday. Guys, if you want to be part of this indicator that is helping people really understand how to trade the market with very simple, clean buy and sell signals and stops, there's a link down in the description. Click that link. It'll take you over to our webpage. Once you're there, you should be on our indicators page, but it's under membership plans, TradingView indicators. It's $59 per month or $5.90 if you want to do a yearly plan. You do get a 30-day money-back guarantee. That's because I know that this indicator is going to help you. I know you're going to love it. I know you are going to get it and say, oh my God, where has this been my whole life? And you won't need this guarantee. That's why I give it. I hardly ever have to give anybody their money back, and usually it's because their job or something gets in the way and they wanted to day trade. But even then, you can swing trade so effectively that it's just incredible. It pays for itself so quickly. Guys, I think you're really going to love this. Check it out. Go get it. You're going to get a better trading result. Now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And in Friday's video, I told you that they were set up to push to at least 61.21. We wanted to see them get to 61.51 if they were going to be more bullish. They failed at 61.21, and at that point, 60.70 had to hold. It did not. and now the bears have the upper hand. Now, does that mean we're going down? Not necessarily. There are always two paths. There are always things you need to understand when you're right and when you're wrong, and what the next outcome is. So let's look at our potentials here. And our first potential is off of the high here. You have an A and a B, and then a 1, 2, 1, 2 to the downside, where you'd look for them to start to break down in a 5-wave structure here, down into this 5,700, 5,750 area. That would be the bearish potential for the downside, and they would really need to start to accelerate to the downside in the next few days with CPI and PPI to kind of make that happen. Take out that Sunday low, so the overnight low around 60.13. If they can get back through that, that should ignite a squeeze to the downside. That should push them down in wave 3 and start that trek down towards 5,700. Now, the bulls do still have a path. Anytime you get to the 1.0 and fail the pivot, the alternate count becomes a diagonal for the bulls. We'll see how that plays out. Diagonals are not very trustworthy, but in general, this being a bigger wave 4 is also something I have a problem with, and we'll look at the NASDAQ here in a minute. It's not nearly as bearish as the ES. So I do have a little bit of an issue with this being for sure the bear count. Now, the bull count would be off of this low here. Remember, we're in diagonals anyway, so now you're in a diagonal inside of a diagonal, which just becomes very annoying, but it is what it is. You have an A and a B, and then you have 1, 2, and then A of 3, B of 3. This would be C of 3 up. We'd be looking for 152 to 171. Then you look for wave 4 back into wave 1 territory, and then wave 5 up toward the 6220, 6250, even as high as 6300 still. In a diagonal form, it will be very choppy if that's the case. Again, diagonals are not trustworthy. This is not something I'm heavily counting on, but the bear path is very suspect as well. So we'll have to see how exactly this plays out. We are in a bit of a no man's land, as I told my team. We are giving the bears the benefit of the doubt because the pivot is broken, but we are above the support levels that matter. So until those fully break, the bears have to prove it for me to be on board. Over on the NASDAQ. Okay, so on the NASDAQ, as I mentioned, it's not quite as bearish as the ES. And the reason for that is they never really got outside of the pivot. They poked up above it, then back down below, which is actually pretty common behavior. So as of right now, we still have a 1-2 setup to the upside on the NASDAQ. And that setup can still play out with the next move being towards 22,570, 580. Between 24.4 and or 22.4 and 22,579, there's going to be a lot of resistance at this 1,236. But given the height of these two, I could see them poking above it and failing. Then we'd look for them to pull back, and then one more push back up into this 23,000 plus area overall, and that would be what we would look for in the bullish case. So as of right now, the NASDAQ does still have an impulsive path in play. And until that's proven otherwise, the bulls are above support, so they get the benefit of the doubt. So now you have two markets looking in opposite directions, where the bears have the benefit of the doubt on ES and the bulls have it on the NQ. And when that happens, we sit on hands because there's no reason to get involved until we see either a key resistance or support break. And then, or you get a setup and you can trade from there. So the other issue on the NASDAQ is this pop up here came above this high, and that invalidates the immediate downside count on the NASDAQ. So if you were looking at this as a potential 1, 2, 1, 2 to the downside, this invalidated, and now this high over here has to become your wave 2, and then you'd look for another wave 1 of 3 down and a bounce, and it really gets convoluted at that point. And so that's another reason that I'm skeptical that the bears can and will take this down. Again, that doesn't mean they won't or they can't. It means that we're in no man's land and we have two charts pointing in different directions, so one of them is going to tell the truth sooner or later. Guys, if you love the information I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link and we can take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have two incredible plans. They both come with a 7-day free trial. Because I want you to get in there, make sure you love it and become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. You literally have nothing to lose by checking us out. We also have our educational material. We have our Elliott Wave 4 beginners course as well as our advanced course. These courses are helping traders understand these complex markets. If you go back through our videos, you can see that our trades are very successful. Our indicator is very successful. These courses help you understand key levels and how to trade off of them. In the advanced course, we're talking about the stuff we're going through right now, such as advanced fib levels and diagonals. We're talking about trading Elliott Wave, but we also go through double and triple threes, flats, triangles, and then at the bottom, the module for trading Elliott Wave, which is probably the most important one you can have. It pays for the course itself because it tells you how to find the setups and trade them effectively. That is what the end goal of Elliott Wave is. It isn't to be right about the market all the time. It's to understand where the key levels are and trade off of them, and that's what we do. Now, if this is too advanced, I understand, but you can see our traders are loving it. So if you want to get to this level, you might want to start with our Elliott Wave for Beginners course. And this course is helping real traders make real money and finally understand the market in a way that makes sense. It's so confusing when good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up. This is because Elliott knew that the news cycles didn't matter long ago. He knew that key levels did, and he knew what happened when they broke and when they held, and that gives you a huge advantage over the rest of the market. This course here is 25 videos. We go through 3 parts. We go through your introduction, where we introduce you to Elliott Wave Theory, get your mindset and emotions right, and we'll tell you why this works. We go through the chart setup and tools, each tool you need to use with Elliott Wave Theory, why we use it and how we use it, as well as the Elliott Wave for Beginners area, where I go through each of the waves, how to measure them, how to find these key levels, corrective depth theory, theory of alternation, the pivot, everything you need to know to make sense of an irrational market. Now, the cool thing about these courses is if you want to get them both at a discount, we have our bundle pack where you can get $37 off and get both courses. But if you want to get them for free, simply check out one of our monthly rooms, as you do get both courses included in this price. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. A midday video lasts about an hour where I go through all of the charts you want to see. I go through gold, Bitcoin, the Mag 7, everything you want to know about the charts. We go through and answer all your questions and give you the key levels. You also get the advanced course, the beginner's course. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we trade quite often in my room. Now, if you're looking for individual stocks, futures trading, income trading, and advanced trading, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, income trading, futures trading, and his reduced risk binary method that crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and that's how he structures that trade that's so unique. You really have to see it to understand it, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, our key takeaways for today. We are in a bit of a no man's land because of the 2 charts going kind of in opposite directions or pointing in opposite directions. The ES is a little more bearish. The NQ is a little more bullish. Somebody's not telling the truth. So we're either looking for the bears to take control and push us down below Sunday's low to confirm that we're breaking down, or the bulls to take control and push us back over Friday's high, which would signify that we are in more of a diagonal approach towards 6220 to 6300. Over on the NASDAQ, it is much more bullish, and as long as they hold the low from Sunday, the bulls can still take this higher in an impulsive direct fashion. The next targets higher would be 22.4 to 22.579. Then a pullback overall looking for over 23,000. If they break Sunday's low, it starts to look a lot more bearish, and we'd look for a breakdown into the 19,000s area. Guys, that is your market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.